All right, this weekend, one of rock and roll's most revered bands will unite one last time. Fans of The Grateful Dead are headed to Chicago. The core four surviving members of the group will play the final 3 shows in their 50-year history. Dean Reynolds is outside Soldier Field in Chicago, where one band member is reflecting on the Grateful Dead's place in history. Dean, good morning.
Good morning. Well, there'll be more than 70,000 Deadheads here tonight to kick off 3 nights of concerts by the legendary group, which will be performing together for the last time.
Half a century after they started, members of the Grateful Dead just keep trucking on.
That's the magic about this music. It goes through all those generations.
Got 2 reasons why I cry away each lonely night.
Bill Kreutzmann was the drummer in 1965 when the Dead came alive. Now 69, he would be the first to acknowledge what a long, strange trip it's been.
Because after the best shows, I'd go out and have the most outrageous times. People would ask me, "Gee, what shows do you remember?" I remember the events after the shows, you know, because they were extremely outrageous. The shows were extremely wonderful, you know, but the energy doesn't stop when the show's over. The musicians feel like going out and doing stuff.
Their followers still recognize Kreutzmann, his fellow drummer Mickey Hart, bass guitarist Phil Lesh, and rhythm guitarist Bob Weir. The biggest name in the band died 20 years ago. Jerry Garcia played his last concert in Chicago.
So there's going to be about 65,000 people here.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is why his bandmates agreed to have the last stop on the Fare Thee Well tour be here at Soldier Field. 2 shows in Santa Clara, California last weekend opened the tour with help from keyboardist Bruce Hornsby and Phish lead singer Trey Anastasio.
These guys are all in a good place.
Peter Shapiro is the tour's promoter.
The fans all knew the 50th anniversary was coming. The fans wanted something. It was the right thing to do. And that this was the right way to do it.
Did you think when you started that it would be this big?
We thought it'd be great, but we didn't expect here, like this weekend, we're gonna be going live to concert venues around the country. Venues will have 1,500, 2,000 people.
When we stopped by, last-minute sound checks were underway on stage amid preparations for a worldwide pay-per-view transmission, satellite radio, and live streaming of the performances. That's appropriate because the Grateful Dead was never a top 40 band, never much of a studio band either. Live performances are what made the magic for Deadheads from 20 to 70.
You know why? This style of music, it's the great American songbook. These are songs people grew up with.
In an interview in 1989, Jerry Garcia spoke about those fiercely devoted fans.
It's not like a showbiz audience, you know what I mean? They come as much to be there and enjoy each other, probably. The experience is still rewarding for them for reasons that may not have anything to do with the music, but just the idea of being someplace and celebrating their own existence or something like that.
It went along with all the trademark jamming and improvisation, and the songs never played the same way twice. Bill Kreutzmann says he savors his time in the band and has written a book called Deal about drumming, dreams, and yes, drugs.
I was amazed that I could still remember so much. I feel blessed, actually. And you know, this is why. Is on a daily basis, especially around shows, fans will come up to me and say, "You know, Billy, you changed my life."
I can't imagine you guys stopping. You know, I mean, I'm thinking you're going to do like your whole show and then like 25 encores, you know. 'Cause will it be tough? At the
There'll
end?
probably be a tear in my eye, you know. When you've done so much far out stuff with people, to all of a sudden say it's over, it's kind of sad.
While it will soon be over for the Dead, the individual performers have their own separate bands, and they say they'll continue to make music and undoubtedly to keep trucking on.
Vanita?
Dean, thank you. Man, I wish people at home could have heard your commentary. Entire
So you are the resident music expert. I want to know, is this a real final concert,
Well,
or is this like Cher?
Supposedly these guys want to go their own way, but you know when Peter Shapiro hands them the check for the 3-day weekend, you got to believe somebody's go, well, this is awful nice. Maybe we should do a little more of this.
well, tempting once you see the
It's awfully
numbers.
tempting.